Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a love oracle for today. Today is Wednesday. It is July 1st. Happy July 1st, 2026. You can follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Let everything go. Keep everything. Use your discernment. Okay? We got the Price of Love Oracle, Crystal Banner. You can find this at kaleidodope.com. She also has an Etsy shop. I posted a messages from the letterbox last night. It did not post. It was still uploading 12 hours later. It's just now at 50%. I want to do another messages from the letterbox, but I might hold off and do it later. Okay. The phlegm thing is annoying for sure. We got 2 on the table. I got 4 on the table. Oh shit. Okay, we kind of just had something similar with the Signs of the Times by Crystal Banner, kind of. Not necessarily, but kind of similar. Not necessarily the same thing, but kind of similar, I should say. So, somebody wants to wave the white flag. Somebody is tired of the drama. Someone is tired of being sad and uneasy. I just heard uneasy. 2 more shuffles. 4 on the table. You've ever heard the song White Flag by Dido or Dido? I think it's Dido. She's really popular like in the 90s, early 2000s. It's a song called White Flag by Dido. It's a good song. It's a really good song. Last shuffle. I think I just had it on one of my playlists during the spring. I'm always constantly changing my playlists. I change them by the season. Right now I have a boxing playlist for boxing. I have one that just says me, like it's my favorites. This keeps coming out. It keeps coming out. Because we've had this so many times. We got 6 on the table. We got bottom of the deck is communication. And top of the deck is trapped. Somebody felt trapped in a situation. Somebody felt stuck somewhere. You guys know I don't like the word stuck. All right. Let me show you. We got surrender. We got drama. I think I'm going to have to take a sip of water. This phlegm thing is driving me nuts. Grief and sadness. Divine timing. Everything is in divine timing. Your whole life is in divine timing. We got robotic. And then bottom of the deck, we've got deja vu. Feminine, masculine. Take how it resonates. So don't get me wrong. Whoever's going to wave the white flag, like they want to. Like they're kind of happy about it, but it's almost like I don't mean this to sound kind of mean. It's just what I'm getting. But like somebody's gonna wave the white flag. They're happy to wave the white flag, but they're happy to wave the white flag because they're doing it for themselves. And again, this is a love oracle, so this implies a love reading. Take how it resonates. It could be a friendship, a relationship with a family member, neighbor, coworker. Take how it resonates. But because someone feels caught up, like they're caught up in their own sense of drama, they're caught up in their own sense of grief, sadness, I said uneasy, like they feel uneasy and they don't want to be anymore. So when they wave this white flag to whoever they're going to wave it to, it's really for themselves. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, if somebody is I mean, if somebody's like that upset about a situation and that's what helps them realize, like, okay, I need to like extend the olive branch, then I feel like by all means extend the olive branch, because once that flag is waved, once that olive branch is extended, you never know what could happen, you know? And I'm just getting with this robotic, this deja vu. And we keep getting these cards and readings. We keep getting these same two cards and readings, which I think it's hilarious. It's like over and over and over again, and I think it's just because we all experience the same type of things. There's only so many life stories out there for humans, and there's a lot more humans than there are life stories. Does that make sense? Like we all experience the same type of things for the most part. Um, this person has tried to do this more than once. Like this is almost like them in their head. Like this is like like when readers say, me included, like, oh, they pull out their phone, right? They pull out their phone and they're like, okay, I'm gonna text Tina and tell her I'm sorry, like let's be friends again. I'm gonna text Todd, tell him I'm sorry, like I miss you, like, you're the best boyfriend I ever had. And you type out this message and then you just delete it and then you set it down. And then like 3 hours later, you pick it up and you type out a message and then you delete it and you set it down. And you do this for days, weeks, months, years, years. Some people do that for years. Think about that, years. This person did it over and over and over again, over and over and over again. And I just heard, let me just call them. Let me just text them. Let me just walk up to them and talk to them. Let me just. Like over and over and over again. Like, let me just do this. Let me just do that. But then they don't. And again, it's all in divine timing. Like it's going to happen when it's going to happen. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, listen, don't, whoever's raising this white flag for themselves for like their own benefit, don't be too mad about it. Like if this resonates for you, don't be too mad about it, because whoever this is, I can't pick up the card. I already showed you guys. It's not like it's a surprise. Whoever this is, like I'm literally picturing someone like doubled over in pain. Like I mean, you would know. Like I just said, like we all experience the same things. It's more than likely that you at some point in your life felt pain, emotional pain, okay? Like from a loss, from a heartbreak, so horrible that it hit you physically, that you couldn't get out of bed, that everything you ate made you sick. You couldn't keep down water. Like sometimes loss, heartbreak can hit you like that, especially when you don't know how to release it, when you don't know how to let it go, when you don't know how to put that energy into something else, right? Transmute it. A lot of people don't know how to transmute negative into positive. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna say I just heard newbie, and I just heard they're younger. So maybe they're younger. Maybe they don't necessarily know, you know, like how to. And I just talked about this in the other reading too, but last year when I was going through what I went through and I was upset and I was heartbroken, I mean, I put all that energy into myself. I took all that negative, and that's what I always do, always. And you should. You should. Like, this person should have been taking this grief and sadness and putting it back into themselves. I finished writing my book. I took a class last year. I took my Reiki course for certification from the institute. I started exercising and lost 50 pounds. I mean, I was already eating better, but I doubled down on eating better. Like, I put all that negative energy back into myself, focusing on myself, positive, positive. Was I always positive? No. I mean, I was going through something emotionally, but I put all of that emotional, toxic energy that was on me and I flipped it and I put it back into me and I created something amazing and beautiful for myself. Because again, that's what we should always be doing, you know? And I know it's hard. I know it's hard because you also have things like mental illness. When people have experienced loss and heartbreak, they immediately go into a depression. I get it. I understand. I've been depressed before. I completely understand. Because now you're trying to get out of your depression, then you're trying to transmute that energy, and it's that in and of itself is probably going to make somebody sit back down or crawl back into bed. It takes work. It takes work. It takes time. It is not easy. And like I said, you're going to continue to have negative thoughts, but you also want to try and put a more positive spin on it mentally for yourself so that you can boost yourself out of the depression and stay out of the depression. Like, it's hard. It's hard. And somebody that could be younger or somebody that just isn't used to experiencing something like this, they probably wouldn't necessarily know. Somebody's waving the white flag. Go listen to the song. If you've never heard the song, listen to the song. It's a good song. And like I said, if you're the other person and this is somebody coming towards you, if this resonates, give them a little slack, give them a little grace, a little mercy. I was watching one of my favorite readers yesterday, through Lynn's eyes. He's one of the best. I love him to death, and he did this long ass reading. He usually doesn't have readings like this, but it was like an hour and 10 minutes, I think. And he said in there, he was talking about the collective, and he said you're probably gonna meet this with like an open mind and be willing to talk and sit down and have a cup of coffee and listen to somebody and have a conversation. And it's like, I would, like, for most people from the past, lover, friend, family, like, I would sit down and have a coffee with you and have a chat. There's like one or two in particular that I would not. Y'all, if you subscribe, you can guess who the one is. Um, or one of the two is, I guess you should say. Um, but yeah, like if somebody were to come towards me waving a white flag and like, look, can we, have a talk? Like, as long as I intuitively feel like they're being open and honest, like, I'm going to be cool with it, and whatever happens, happens. But if somebody comes in like, oh, I want to talk, I want to hash things out, and they just come off as fake, inauthentic, wearing a mask, whatever, BS, I'm going to get up with my coffee and walk away. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because, like, if we're gonna be specific now and talk like lovers, like, if I were to have lovers come back towards me, I would be more than happy to sit down and have a conversation with them, like past people, but especially people that I would consider past. Like I actually had some type of lover's relationship with you. I'm not talking like almost or like kind of sort of could happen. I'm talking like people that I actually like slept with and, invested time in and it didn't work out. I can sit down and have a conversation with them all day, but I'm not going to guarantee that we're going to get back together or something's going to happen. Like, more than likely, I'm going to say, oh, okay, that was great. Have a nice life and pick up my coffee and walk away. There's a reason why people are in the past, you know, especially people that you were really involved in and it didn't work out for some reason. If it didn't work out that time, why is it going to work out this time? And you guys should know by now the difference between just like a connection and like a soulmate or a divine connection. There's a difference there. There's definitely a difference there. Because a soulmate, divine connection, I mean, that's something like if you break up with them, you could meet each other 20 years later and get back together. Like I feel like there's always a possibility for that. I'm just talking about, someone you met, someone you dated, you liked them, you weren't in love with them, they come back. I don't know. There's something here about being kind. Being kind. Letting somebody say what they have to say. Not that you can't say what you have to say, right? But just letting somebody have their piece, basically. Because whoever this is, like, it really feels like they're eaten up about it. Like they're I always say this, like eating alive, like somebody's being eaten alive. Like somebody feels like that, like from the inside out. And honestly, that's probably the karma. Like whether this was an actual lover or whether this was a prospect, a friend, a family member, like if there was a falling out of some kind and this person is this destroyed about it, that's their karma. I mean, let's just be honest, that's their karma. Because I mean, think about it. Emotional, mental, physical toll that takes on a person, that's karma. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated for somebody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I hope you all have a fabulous Wednesday, July 1st. I will talk to you later. Bye.